As we get into the final days of the season, lasers are tough because they die. So, since we're getting this final troop damage node, maybe we can take mainly choppas and attacks, just for easier hits. We have nearly all the defenses too, and we'll try some out. And the idea behind most of these 7 bases is just try going from one side and sometimes bring in a few seekers for engines close to the beach. Do you want to check if it's a secret guy or not? And usually it's tough to tell, but if they're missing some buildings, maybe he's running Seeks. So this guy over here, he has only 50 troop health, but there's no flames. Since he does have shock launchers and mortars, we can still maybe assume that he's more defensive and take mainly choppas. This one's actually like hack on the left side, but since some engines are on the beach, we can take maybe like 2 seekers over here. So one more choppa on the left side, and then right away just drop all the choppas and Sparky, and then send one flare right here. As we get pretty close, we'll do a cryo bomb. That boom cannon we don't really have to worry about, but get the cryo bomb right now. And then we'll do one more, maybe where that shock launcher is. In fact, it's not really good base because we can tiny shock it. But we will do one more cryo bomb, maybe with a gym cannon. So get that right now. And hack is just in case we need to hack a shock launcher. So we would like save one on that shock launcher that's behind right there. But since we could tiny shock it, don't gotta worry. Other sides will do low battery. What? Other sides will do seekers pretty soon. So as soon as this left engine dies, we'll start flaring. Hit one right now. And I think now is a good time to drop the Seeks. Mainly because this engine should die pretty soon. We have plenty of GB for tiny shocks, don't really have to worry about the shock mines. Because the HC still have quite a ways to go. Do one more cryo bomb over here. And now the Seeks should go on the right side, keep on doing some tiny shocks. And you can sort of see the progression. We're doing like a heavy chopper rush on some sides, and then those Seekers so the HCs don't have to travel all around the base. As I get the last engine, looks like around 230, and not too bad of a time. We're still missing quite a few prototypes at 7, so a chance if someone's running Seekers, they still beat you. And since we didn't take any lasers, I think it's way safer and just less stress. And you know what I haven't seen in like a whole week? Cryo bombers. But the main reason we chose troop damage over building damage is so we can do those heavy choppa style rushes. Because heavies don't do a ton of damage, but with our 200% plus heavy boost, it isn't too bad. Here we can try the same style, go from the left side. Now we can do maybe one seeker over here. And looking one more time, maybe even 2 over this side. Because if you send them on this engine first, as the heavies are distracting that shock blaster shock launcher, they kill this engine, and then wrap back around. So we'll do the same thing on the left. Send one flare a bit closer to the shock launcher. The faster the shock launcher dies, the more chance heavies have to do other things. So get a cryo bomb right here. Trying to aim it so we get shock mines and shock launcher. Gotta worry about the boom cannon, but luckily we have some critters over there. And looks like we don't have to hack because the shock launcher is almost dead. Now it's just a matter of waiting a bit. Don't want to drop the right Seeks until this shock launcher is distracted. So waiting just a few seconds. As the left one goes down, now we start flaring. Got enough critters on this side too. As soon as we flare the other engine, then we can drop the Seeks. So drop them right now. Get a cryo bomb going in that shock launcher. And on the right side, we will do a few tiny shocks. Sniper, cannon. We'll do one more cryo bomb right now. Left side is down, so we'll do another flare. And just hoping those Seeks stay alive. But they should go to the right side now with a few more tiny shocks. We'll do one final flare right here. And because we have a few lagging heavies, one more cryo bomb for that shock mine. Now the right Seeks, I didn't see something shock them. But because we tiny shocked nearly everything here, in just a few seconds it gets it down. That combo of choppas one side, seekers the other, another 230 time. We'll check that one more time, because essentially the logic is you want Choppa starting from one corner. In this case we choose the left one. Nearly every base is going to have shock launchers under the shield, but that's why taking hack just in case that shock launchers are being stubborn, you can hack one building or even the shock launcher and get it down. And the main thing with these hits is just timing how you drop your seekers and your abilities. Like here we can't really tiny shock that cannon machine gun, so we want to time cryo bombs so we don't lose too many on the right side. And things we can tiny shock, well, make sure we get it done. We don't have a lot of seeks, so we want to keep as many alive as possible. This guy is a bit nasty, he's got max rockets, but luckily only 50 building damage. And this is also why I'm switching to more of this Choppa style hit and no lasers, because max rockets are annoying, and also that Flotty is annoying. You mistime a flare or go from the wrong angle, and you're pretty much screwed. But this would be a good example to see a shock launcher we can't shock, see if hack comes in handy. As far as seekers go, we can take still, well, this one maybe just one on this side, because if you look at progression after these two engines, this one isn't so far away where you can just flare it directly. That means one more Choppa and one less seeker. So starting on the left side, drop all the Choppas and Sparky, and then just send a flare right here. Want to time it so you can maybe get a good split. Better have the Choppa spread so shock launchers don't hit all the heavies at once. Did miss that one, so wait a few seconds, do one more cryo bomb. I would usually afford maybe 2 cryo bombs on this side, and now just wait a bit and maybe get some hacks going. Waiting a few seconds because those early buildings are dying pretty soon, but now we can hack that shock launcher, because if anything the other shock launchers are now distracted. Wait till the left shock launcher is also dead, and as we get some more GB, maybe just do one more hack. As we hack that mortar and hopefully that shock launcher should also be distracted, and now we can drop the Seek. Do 2 tiny shocks right here, and right away we don't have to care about those other buildings, just start flaring. Only 2 tiny shocks on this side, which means that one seeker gets the job done, and then no more shock launchers to worry about. It's just all these Choppas and all those heavies. As this engine goes down, we send the other flare. Maybe one more cryo bomb because sure there's a bunch of shock mines right there. And looks like that one boat of seekers might even help out. Get a flare going right here. Can even do one more cryo bomb. Of course we want to slow down all our seeks. And as that one goes down, we send that final flare. Maybe a few more tiny shocks because why not? And this one is a bit slower, but still getting around 220 on a max rocket base. We're not complaining. Not sure if it's possible with only 150 troop damage, but that's why all these boosts at 7 are pretty important. 200 troop damage Choppas, getting it done. And we're actually not planning to get defib at all this season. Because one, it's a really expensive tree. Getting defib and the GB before is 80 keys. Plus, if we're doing these style hits for the rest of the season, defib wouldn't really do too much. Instead using all those keys on getting more defenses and maybe even rockets. Here we have a little different style base, but we can essentially do the same thing. We want to go from the Sky Shield side first, so instead of going from the left, we'll go from the right. Kill this engine first, then flare on this side. In fact, we can even flare all the way in the corner. Or better yet, try tiny shocking that shock launcher. And as far as this side goes, we can use 2 Seeks, but we'll keep it easy and use 1 like last time. So on the right, dropping everyone over here, get Sparky. Because right away we don't have too many heavies, we don't want to straight up flare the engine, we can wait a bit and let the heavies accumulate. So let them spread out, kill a few cannons, boom cannons. Maybe even once this machine gun goes down, we can start flaring. So we will have some of Sparky's critters to help us out. Get a flare going right now. And as we get up there, we'll do a cryo bomb right here. And try a tiny shock, Again, pressing down on the shield, and just letting go right at the corner. Getting that shock in, and then just one more Cryo Bomb on the left side. Don't really have to hack just yet, because especially the shock launcher slowed down, this engine went down too. And we'll just let these guys go. While we're waiting, we can do that one Seek, get a few tiny shocks in. Won't do that flame because pretty sure one Seeker should still get it down. And at this point, just start flaring. If there's just, I guess, one shock mine, don't really have to worry. Especially because it won't get too many heavies. That one Sig even helping us out here. Why not? We can do a few more tiny shocks. It's only a few Seeks, but can do a bit of damage. Otherwise, it's just flaring the last few engines, waiting a few seconds. These heavies with the heavy boost just do a lot of damage. And this one isn't as fast, around 230, more like 220, but might still get the job done. I'm a much bigger fan of this end meta because you have no squishy troops that you gotta stress about losing. It's still a lot about timing and where you use abilities, but if you can nail that, you get those wins. And what we will plan next is, like we said, just getting more defense. We have one hotpot at 7 engines and 2 damage amps. Should help against both the style hit we're doing, and especially against secret guys. Really want to stop them. Here we got a base with rockets, but we'll do the same hit from the left. Looks like a bit different because one engine here, so it seems pretty much the same as last time. We can maybe do just 2 Seekers instead, because it's a very small difference, but this engine is a bit more to the right side. And if we have more Seekers, there isn't that many tiny shocks. Maybe 3 on this side. There'd be a few more here, but maybe less depending on when we drop the Seeks. So we'll start on the left side, drop the Choppas and Sparky, and then just send one flare. As we get pretty close, we'll do a Cryo Bomb, get that going right now. Maybe miss like a shock launcher, or this time we got lucky, right at the edge. As a Cryo Bomb expires, we'll do one more pretty soon, maybe right now. It's okay if the Doom Cannon hits a few Choppas early on. It's gonna be nasty later with damage amps, but there's not much we can do. We'll just wait a few seconds, maybe till that flame dies. And on this one, I think we'll do a third Cryo Bomb. We can afford it, and there isn't some good hack targets just yet. That Cryo Bomb slows down shock launchers enough where it really helps out. As a rocket dies, we will do just one hack. Doesn't matter to shock launcher or flame. Sometimes shock launchers are dumb and still hit heavies, but at least we tried. We'll wait a few seconds. Once we send that flare, then we can drop the Seeks. So as this engine goes down, go ahead and send that flare. And now drop some Seekers on this side. I have enough for a few tiny shocks, get some going right here. Those heavies are looking pretty unhealthy. But if the Choppas die, then they drop some even more. Hitting that shock mine kind of hurts. But as that engine goes down, we'll do one more flare pretty soon. Cryo Bomb we will do too because not too many heavies left. And for these Seeks we'll do, guess a few more tiny shocks. We actually want Choppas to die because more heavies means more damage. And as that engine goes down, we'll send that last flare. And we can even do one Cryo Bomb for the few Seeks we have left. Nice for losing a few Choppas, so more heavies do more damage. This one is a bit slower, we lost a lot of heavies. But still I think a much better time than if you brought in lasers. Maybe after we get more defenses, we can get one more GBE node, just so we have more ways to protect our stuff. But in this case, still getting that win. And we could keep on going, but also waiting till tomorrow is fine too. We're gonna get one hotpot on this side, helps against defib, heavy chops, lasers, pretty much everything. And then 2 damage amps means technically 100 more building damage on a few targets. As far as other things, we're not gonna go back for defib, it's just way too expensive. This one doesn't really matter. So after those two, could think about another hero, but Sparky isn't too bad anyways, so we might just leave it. Other main things is, if you want to get more GBE or boom mines, and the last big unlock is 130 keys for getting rockets. All that we'll decide in the final days, but the next steps is just these protos. But those are our choppas, making Season 80 a lot easier. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.